voice, girl. Really, it's one of the greatest honors that I have received. And I'm totally caught by surprise. I kept thinking to myself, who in the world could have told him all of this information about me? And I know Miss Deborah probably knew some of my history, and I talked to Miss Dorcas, and she said my sister Sheila told her most of it, but I am a product from a family of 13 children.
Amen, amen.
My mom and daddy had 13 of us, and there was absolutely not one day that we wanted to shun where we came from, or we wanted to make excuses. And I tell my teachers, and I tell Miss Deborah, because I often talk to Miss Deborah, that my parents, we were very extremely poor. And when I say extremely poor, it's to the point that now when I look back, we didn't know just how poor we were. Others knew, and some acts that happened to me during the time I was growing up, when I think back, now I know how poor I really was. And one act that happened to me that sticks in my mind often is when I got ready to go to college. Well, first of all, I am a teenage mom. I had my oldest son when I was 17. So that's the reason I guess that I can truly relate to the clientele that we service here at this school, because I know your struggles. The only difference that I see, and I talk to my parents often, is that I had two responsible parents, and they took care of us very well. There was never a day that I can remember in my life that I was hungry, or I didn't have a place to sleep, or I didn't have clothes to wear. My mommy wasn't trying to wash and comb hair and get us ready. She took pride in doing that. But there was one incident that I remember that sticks in my mind, is when I got ready to go to college. And when I got ready to fill out my certificate for college, it was at that time, it was the financial papers. And I remember putting a total of my parents' income, and my friends, some way, they found my form, and they looked at it, and I still can remember that form had about $2,400 for the entire year. And my friends looked at that form, and they was like, truly, your mom, they didn't do it right. And my mom didn't even fill it out because she didn't know how to fill it out. My dad didn't either. I filled my own forms out because I was that determined to go to college. And it was truly the income that we received, but all of my friends, their parents worked during that time. Fort Polk was really big in the Army, and money was just so plentiful, but we didn't have any. But yet I had $2,400 on my financial papers, and they thought it was wrong, but it was right. That's all the money we got for the whole entire year. But I think of my upbringing, and I tell people often, as Mr. Warner would say, when I'm called to speak at different programs, especially religious programs, I tell them they don't have to tell where I went to college, or I was summa cum, or whatever. Those things, they don't matter to me. The only thing that matters to me, and I tell everybody often who knows me, who you would ask, like, what would Sally want someone to remember or say about her? And my thing is, if someone wants to write my life story, all they have to do is say that Jesus is the best thing that ever happened to me.
All right.
And the reason that I'm here today. And I'm here today because I will give contributions to one person that lured me here, and that's Miss Penny McDaniel. I remember everyone telling me not to come here. Don't go to Bill Platt. You don't want to be in Bill Platt. But I remember a lady named Miss Jane DeVille at Pine Prairie. She told me, Sally, you ought to go over there and go meet Penny. I'm telling you, girl, y'all think just alike. That's what she told me. And I said, surely, Miss Jane, everybody telling me, don't go. And I knew one person here in the city, which is Romeo Hargrove. Was the only person I knew in the city, but Miss James said, just go give it a shot. And I remember coming here on this campus, parking my vehicle, and when I parked my vehicle, I went inside the office to talk to Miss Penny. She knew that I was coming here. And I sat there, I was all dressed up, thought I was all of that in a bag of chips, waiting to see this lady. And Miss Penny had about 4 or 5 parents in the office. And do you know what she did? She totally ignored me. And she kept taking care of her parents and everything. And I just sat there and I said, well, surely she knows I'm here. But y'all, it was at that point, that's what sold me to being at this school. And I knew I needed to be with Miss Penny because she didn't care about me being there. She was worried about her parents. And they were all in their state or whatever they were doing. It was irrelevant that I was sitting there. And I said to myself, if this lady could overlook me and she can take care of these parents who are in such desolate need, surely this is the place that I need to be. And when I tell you boys and girls, when I see you guys playing on the playground and stuff, I think of my siblings. I think of my children, which my son, my middle son, is what really drove me to education because he was that smart kid that could have been a lawyer. But yet when he got to school, he was dumbed down because he was BAD. He was bad. And when I say bad, he was bad. He was defiant. He was oppositional. He was all of the above. And totally unlike the other two, which my oldest son is an officer in the Navy, retired. My middle son, the one that I'm speaking of, he's on disability. He is different. And my baby son is the district manager of HERBS for the New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and Lake Charles area. So see, I too had a struggle. And I know when I see you guys, you're trying to do something and it don't quite come out like you think that it should or you want it to, or you want to do something and you can't express yourself the right way, I understand. I know the struggle. And the struggle is real. But I want to let you know something. You never let anyone tell you what you can be or become, because the sky is the limit. And especially nowadays, boys and girls, the sky is the limit. You can get money to go to college. You can do whatever you want to be. You can exceed beyond everything. I have a little granddaughter that I raised, cut a cord in the hospital, raised her, brought her home, just like some of you parents, you're with Nanny or Annie or somebody. I raised my granddaughter. She is 19 years old, went through school. She got $96,000 worth of scholarships at Northwestern University. She is there at Northwestern University. I pay $50 a year for her tuition, which is unheard of. But it's because of perseverance. It's because the sky is the limit. And never talk about each other, boys and girls. Only look down on a person to pick them up.
That's right.
Don't ever think that you won't be in a situation that you might need somebody, because you will. But know, boys and girls, that I love you at this school with all of my heart. And yes, I do make mistakes, like you said in that song. Yes, I do feel unworthy many times. But I never stop trying to find a solution to your problems. I want you to be scholars. I want you to go to college. But most of all, boys and girls, this is what Miss Sally wants for you. This is what I want for you. I want you to go in the classroom. And I want you to be ready to receive what the teacher has to give you. I want you to understand, and I want you to always remember that Miss Sally said this, and this is what my parents used to tell me. My parents were not educated. Mama 6th grade, Daddy 3rd grade. But all 13 of the kids, we all made it, and we made it okay. And this is what my parents said. When you go in the classroom, always understand and realize that the teacher has his or her education. They're smart because they're teaching teaching you. They're smart. They have their education. It's up to you to sit in the classroom and get yours. But in getting yours, know one thing, and this is what my parents used to tell me because they used to pride in me making honor roll.